First question, because I know you probably, like you said, making moves and money is time.
Oh no, I got some time. We're gonna have some fun, man.
We're gonna have some
Yeah,
fun. Okay.
yeah. So
Who,
you can ask me anything.
who were your favorite artists growing up?
My favorite artist growing up. Um, well, being that I learned a lot, like from my father and them, and past bands that he played with, I used to like the old groups like Cameo, I like Frankie Beverly and Maze. I like Stevie Wonder. I like Jodeci. I like it's a plethora of artists that I like to listen to. Michael Jackson, but
Early.
early Michael, like Off the Wall Thriller Michael.
High water. High water, Michael.
Yeah. I like young Michael. You know what I'm saying? But anything funky like that, you know.
Okay. Now, who do you think influenced your sound the most?
Mm, hmm, That's a good question. I would say probably James Brown and maybe a KC, a Jodeci.
Now, I kind of feeling you were gonna say James Brown. Don't ask me why. But you got a little funk in you, so and then it's one of your songs that you got out that's reminiscent somewhat, and we're gonna get into that a bit later.
Right.
What did you
Just that funky soul, that soul. Where I'm from, you gotta have that church soul, that grit, that grind, and you can't be singing all soft, and you gotta sing that thing.
You gotta sing that, yeah, serenade that thing, serenade the ladies, the hurts, everything. So what did you do before music?
It was really, for me, it was never before music. Like I was like I told you, I'm a child protege. Like my father played drums for like groups like Cameo and Liquid Pleasure and groups like that. So like I was like access to the game. As soon as I came out the womb, I was already at practices and backstage and stuff like that when I was younger. So I was already like doing demos and recording in the studio when I was like 7 and 8 years old. So it was really like before I played football, I guess you could say, and I played football in high school and stuff like that. But even when I played football, I was still always singing singing or rapping on the side or doing something music related. So.
Do you think your dad trained you?
I don't think he trained me. I just think he gave me access. Like I was able to be right next, and in that being that happened, I was right next to like a Leonard Hackney, that's a world-renowned bass guitar player. That's just like, hey kid, hey, let me show you something right quick. You know what I'm saying? And then I go to the drums with my pops, and then I go to the keys. You know what I'm saying? With Aaron Mills or any guy, all them guys. So I just got a early access to it, and it was up to me because he never like pushed it on me. He won't like sit down and learn the keys or sit down and learn the drums. Or, he never did that. Like he actually kind of wanted me not to do it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah. I picked it up naturally. I was already trying to record and play instruments at an early age. So he just kind of let me get access. It wasn't really a talk. I kind of taught myself by just having an interest and a love for it.
Okay. Now, are you a full-time artist?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, overtime artist. Yeah, I'm working on bare minimum sleep and all that stuff. We just did like 3 shows last night for 420. We was out there with T-Pain at the Ace in Atlanta. And we tore that down. It was like a couple of hundred. That place was packed. We did it for the ladies last night. So ladies thing last night for them. And so I mean, we just been working all week. Did Bonfire. There was like 3,000 last week. everything we've been doing for the last like month been like packed houses. So we just blessed and just trying to make this thing move and, you know, we gotta make sure we do something different because you gotta imagine, you gotta just think about it like this. I came down to Atlanta. Atlanta is the trap hub and capital of the universe. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, but so when you're down here, you're in the midst of the best of the best of the best trap, and that's what they're used to getting. So to come in that landscape and just come in and say, no, this is what I'm gonna do, listen to me, stand on top of tables, sing to like do all the things we doing and make them pay attention. Like, you know, that was really something that was really felt because we was doing it for the culture. It's not even for me, it's just really making sure that these instruments are held, making sure that the things that say like past generations kind of laid down are re-remembered again. Mm-hmm. Like people don't think, say like, okay, I put it like this. When I'm in the club, we can be in, say, Ace Atlanta. They're gonna be used to hearing everything, you know, the regular club, you know, trap, the hard stuff like that. Right. When I come in there, I'm gonna make sure we switch the mood completely up. And every time when we do what we do, they're not even playing trap the rest of the night. It's feel good music, is old school. They just jamming now. The people feeling different. It's just a whole different spirit. And that's the thing I'm trying to kind of really lay into the culture and give. Like, it ain't even about riches and, you know, all the other stuff. It's just really about spreading that value to the culture again. If you hear what I'm saying.
I do, and I'm gonna jump right to this next question, and it's about breaking into the industry. Now, what was the defiant moment for you where you knew that this was your calling, regardless of what anyone else said?
That's a good question. Yeah, you're killing them today. All right, check this out. Check this out.
I prayed over this interview.
Check this out. My defining moment was when I decided to stay in Atlanta. Like, I'm an artist. I lost everything. Like,
wow.
My ex, she left with the kids because the music wasn't popping. I came to Atlanta to get the music popping. You talking about like 4 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Came down here like 4 years ago, going on 5, trying to get the music. She got tired of hearing all that BS. Yeah. I don't want to hear that no more. She left. I'm at a defiant moment where I don't have nothing, no crib, no nothing in Atlanta no more. So I'm like, all right, let's go ahead back to North Carolina. I got a good job out there that was waiting on me to come, making like $26 an hour. So I was like, okay, come on, let me go back home and just, you know, live a regular life, go get my life together, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because things all fell apart at that moment. But I went to the bus stop. I had all my bags packed. The bus coming to take me to the other bus to take me back home. I'm sitting at the bus stop. I see the bus coming up the hill. I got all my bags right there. They pull up. I look at my bags, grab my bag, but for some reason, like, God wouldn't allow me to stand up. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. I couldn't budge. I was trying my hardest. I was supposed to be going home in the morning. I'm supposed to be starting this job. Let me get my life back together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I couldn't move. The bus driver looked at me, shrugged his shoulders, like, what you doing, man? Then you kept on going. I was like, all right, let me rethink this whole thing. And you gotta think about it. This time I was trying to rap. Everything you hear now, the funk stuff, none of that existed at that moment. Mm-hmm. This is like 2 years ago. None of that existed. I was just trying to like do what everybody else was doing because I'm in Atlanta. I'm supposed to be rapping. Everybody rapping in Atlanta. What you talking about? Yeah, rap. From that day forward, when I let the bus go by, I scheduled a studio appointment to go meet with Duke Williams. We met. I said, I want to do something completely different. That's when we started playing around. We made this record called Get Up. From that day forward, I went to the club the next day. Everything changed. The crowd was moving. The people was dancing. The promoters was calling. Like, everything changed, like, within that week. Like, I went from nobody cared to everybody was caring. So, like, that was, like, my defining moment. That ever since then, I changed my name from Young to YN3. Like everything changed. I made my purpose an anointment instead of just making it for fame. I made me really have a purpose to really do this. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've just been in a blessed cause and a blessed spirit. So he brought me Duke Williams. We did this whole album with 19. We got the album out right now. Got the Get Up out right now, and everything moving. The crowd's out there. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you said that this was basically a spiritual journey, or am I reading too much into that?
It's definitely. I didn't know at the time, but I'm realizing now because I'm just realizing the spirit and the thing that we're putting in every night. We're changing the room every night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. You can perform and you can entertain, and then you can change the room. And I'm used to, you gotta realize I grew up around legends.
Right.
So like me doing our little rap thing is nothing to them. Like they used to changing arenas. So my little thing won't nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta really do it to make it, you know what I'm saying? Live up to their whole
expectations,
all that stuff. So that's why when I step in now, I'm like, okay, now we're really making a difference. Now people are smiling, they're standing up. They're like, and if you know what I'm talking about, just go to my IG, the official YN3, check out any show we've just been doing in the last couple of, months, and you'll see just the spirit hitting the room. I don't buy no fans. We don't bring no entourages. It's none of that stuff. It's just,
That's awesome, because on your YouTube page, you got hits in the thousands. Like you got a huge following. But let's talk about that song. What was it? Get Up? Get Up?
Oh, yeah, get up. Don't sit your black ass down.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's the song. That's the record right there. That's the record that changed my whole everything.
Did.
Yeah. So, I did that record that next day when I let the bus go by. That night, I recorded I performed at an open mic, and you talking about everything I did before then. I would be in a room of people, and they just be on their phones. They looking around. They taking bathroom breaks. They talking to their homeboys. They ain't thinking about me. So you talking about from that to everybody like, what in the world? What's that? Like, what you doing? Like, yeah, it changed everything. That's why I give it more to God, because that kind of wasn't me. I feel when I was allowing myself to be stripped down and be honest and not be everybody else, that's when, like, God gave me certain records. God gave me, you know what I'm saying? Because that Get Up record, I did that record in like 15 minutes. I didn't even try. That record was just I heard the beat, the hook came immediately. I grabbed the mic, and we went straight in. And what you're hearing is the mix, and then you hear the master. Then we took it to the big dogs at Sony Orchard, and then they got a bit, you know what I'm saying? We did it major, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even one of them, let's a big production and let's, it wasn't that thought out. That's a God record. That's one of those records I feel like God was in the room when that record was created,
Well, it's definitely for more than one culture. So can you sing that hook? Because I'm filming you, because I didn't go live on Facebook. So I'm filming you with my cell phone, but I want you to sing the entire hook to that song.
Oh, let me put it down here. Hold on. You see me?
Yes.
All right. Get up, hey, 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 don't sit your black ass down. Hey, 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 get up, yo, hey, hey. And what you tell the white people, yo, don't sit your white ass down.
Boy, you done brought a whole different element to funk. I love it, because you don't hear about people singing funk anymore. So that's number one. That's super important. When you got your calling, was it straight funk after that?
Oh yeah, that was like That was basically like the what you say, like the skeleton, the base, once I found that, it was like that was all I needed to do. I was already listening, like I told you, I was already listening to the off the wall albums and the Frankie Beverly's and the James Browns and the Rick James and all that. So when it was time to make an album and the instrumentations, I was just able to just do what I was always doing since I was a kid. It was only the culture that stripped what I was doing. Like I was kind of like not using or utilizing my talents, being in the culture that I was, because you really didn't need to. You could just get on a little trap beat and have your little rap or do that, and that'd be good enough these days. But I feel like if you raise the level and we actually play some of these instruments on these records and they actually hear some real drums, they hear a real voice, a real soulful voice, not auto-tune. There's no auto-tune on the album. There's no tricks. It's just soul and funk. Yeah, that original thing that made your grandma get up,
Right. And that's what made me think that not Ray Charles. Who did you say inspired you in the beginning?
Oh, like James Brown.
James Brown, yes. And I said that is very reminiscent to James Brown. Like just that whole movement where he was just defiant and going to make whatever he wanted to make no matter what. So you put me in the mind of that when I think about defiance, and I'm gonna sing what I want to sing, and either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, but this is what I'm gonna do. So
absolutely.
so everybody, whoever is gonna watch this live and this interview, follow him. Tell people where to follow you.
Please follow me at the official. That's the official YN3. That's the official YN3. You can search any of my stuff. I got some. You got to hear the album. The album. I don't know if you checked out the album, but hey, there's a reason why we kicking everybody butt in Atlanta right now, man. Like, check out the album. It's out right now. It dropped last Friday. With 19 Music, Sony Orchard. You know what I'm saying? My first official, full-length album. You know what I'm saying? And we did it like, we brought it back.
What lesson did you learn that you would like to teach other artists?
I would just say before a lot of artists be rushed to make music. I would say like you make the best music when you strip yourself down and figure out yourself, because if not, you'll just be regurgitating a bunch of other people's stories, other people's phrases, metaphors, how their slang, all that stuff like that. Like, but once you figure yourself out, because that's what this is, art. And the cream of the crop is gonna always rise to the top, and the people that got a voice. And if you got a voice, I'm talking about your voice, not just a voice to sing or just a voice to rap or whatever you do, but I'm talking about a voice that people want to hear what you got to say. Like, that's what matters. So like,
Okay. If you could change something about the music industry today, what would that be? Can you hear me?
Just not being simple. Just the music industry right now is too predictable to like, I already know what a person is going to say, their content. Like, it's easy to predict artists nowadays, and it's pretty sad. We're the oasis of creativity and culture. So to see my culture being robotic and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to watch. But I credit it to, I think we're in the disco era of music, basically, where hip hop, when they was in the disco era, it was basically one sound that everybody had to do to kind of be heard and do at a point to like an off the wall album came and changed all that, kind of broke that up. But like, we're in that state of like hip hop and music right now where every song you have to sound like the next to get on or to get in. And that's a format that's waiting for disaster, you know, that can only last for so. But that's why, you know, we got a couple of folks in here to kick that tail, like, you know, we ain't in here doing no soft stuff. We ready to whoop that tail, like, you know, coming in the clubs, like putting them in a stranglehold. Like all these rap dudes, you be thinking all tough and all they running, man. They don't even want to perform after that, after we do the phone. They don't even want to perform, babe.
Well, it's kind of an untapped era or untapped market right now, and you're the one that's doing it. So that's awesome that you found it and stuck to it. Um, I have two more questions. With the pandemic, how did that affect you making music?
Mm, it shut me down earlier. You know, like last year, like it did everybody. Like it affected me, you know, shows and because I'm a performer. Like I make my living by being in the house and rocking. So when we
Right.
couldn't be nowhere, it shut me down for a while. But
Hmm.
like what was it? I think November, no, December, like November, December. I got all my ducks in a row. Got a house down in Atlanta. Got my first crib. You know what I'm saying? Like
Congratulations.
like house, not just a crib, but a house. You know what I'm saying? I got my
Right.
first house. So I was like, you know, now I'm back in Atlanta. That's why you hear me in Atlanta doing a lot of stuff now, because Atlanta isn't shut down. You can do like you can cut it loose in Atlanta a little bit. So since I came here in November, it's been back. We back lit, you know. We back at it.
Right.
But during the pandemic, before that, it was nothing. It was just sitting in a room, you know. But I was able to put a lot of thoughts together to get this album that we got now, you know, because
Mhm.
we just dropped it. You know, we did an album. I did a whole album maybe in a good week or so for the total, for as far as time, what I had the content already, you know, ready to rock.
Okay. And what's the buzz single from that album?
The first single,
The buzz single.
the butt. Oh man, and that's hard. That's a hard question because, like, of course, the Get Up is originally got my buzz kind of numbers, what you could say, and we just had the album drop. But the record that's got the clubs going crazy isn't even a club record. It's a blues slow record called Fed Up. And I'm talking about when we do this record, I mean, it shut the house down, man. Like it really shut the house down. It's called Fed Up, produced by Duke Williams, you know, me and Duke. We did the whole album, so everything on this project is me and Duke Williams, you know. So
Bombness. Okay. And then again, tell people where they can cop that album and download your music.
you can download the music on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, wherever you get your music. Just search YN3. That's YN3. You know what I'm saying? The bad boy of funk. And if you want to search and find me, look me up. I'm at the official YN3. That's the official YN3.
And he's
Yep.
turned up. He's turned up. He's performing like he said, like serenading the ladies all on the floor, like on his knees, like he doing the doggone thing. I don't watch
Yeah,
it.
backflips. Yeah, we doing backflips, we somersaults. You know what I'm saying? Throwing
Up.
up confetti in the air, everything, you know, whatever you need. Whatever you
So
need.
I know that you said that your dad tried to convince you not to get into music, like that was not his vision for you. But if your life were a biopic already written, what script describes your climb in the industry more? Jimi Hendrix, James Brown, the Temptations, or Jackson 5?
Mm, a little bit of Jackson 5, but not the early hit, then switch over to the James Brown
Okay.
later. So half and half. It's
Yeah.
like like I told you, I'm an early protege that was doing all the shows and doing all the stuff early, winning all the contests early.
Mhm.
But I'm from Durham, North Carolina. Who cares? Like nobody cared back in, you know what I'm saying, that
Right.
them days. So like, you know, so I didn't get the early hit. I didn't have the Berry Gordy find or whatever. Even though like Matthew Knows tried to sign me. A lot of people was trying to sign me back then. Like I've been in rooms with like Beyonce and everybody, but you know, I just didn't pop. Like I was there originally when J Records got founded. I was there. It's a lot of Alicia Keys. I've seen a lot of stuff happen in the game, but I just never popped like as a mainstream artist, you know what I'm saying? So, but I wasn't good enough, so you know.
I wouldn't say you weren't good enough. I would say it wasn't your season.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Like I'm honest. Like I wasn't doing the right thing. I feel like I wasn't doing my calling. It's hard to explain. Like, because you know how you can be good enough that everybody respect and like they like what you do, but it don't take you over. It's not the, okay, let's go, let's spend the whole dollar on it. Let's
fund it.
Go in Rough Rider Studios, working with them, with DNY. I've been behind the scenes in a lot of situations, but it was just never like, all right, let's go with it, let's go. And I mostly been in a group majority of my career, so I don't know if that led to it, because I didn't go solo till I came to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like I don't know. You can give an excuse or whatever, but like I said, there's no excuses. I didn't make it, I didn't pop off. So, and the reason why I say that is because I wasn't getting I could be honest with myself and say I wasn't getting the real love, like then it was like, okay, let me put it like this. Then it was like, I'm telling you I'm a singer, or you see me singing because I'm like, oh, do you hear me? Do you like me? Mm-hmm. It's like people want to hear it. People ask, people request it. People are, when is the next show? Like we got like, and I see the love that I get now and the love when I was trying to make it, it's two completely different things. Like I could never then do what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm impressed you don't buy followers. Like that's the thing right now where everybody's buying followers, and like that's your authentic following. So you are pretty dang on good, if I do say so myself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, not yet. I don't want to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like it to be real, man. Whatever it is what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? But thanks to the team that's behind me and everybody. So, you know.
Kudos to you.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
You're welcome. So again, leave those social media handles so people can follow you and we can wrap it up.
Mm-hmm. You can follow me. First of all, we got the new album out, new project, the official YN3. New album out right now, Get Up. You can follow me at the official YN3. That's the official YN3. I'm country, so excuse me. I'm working on it. But follow me at the official YN3. Okay.
Boom. So thank you so much for your time. I do think that song is a bop, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is he saying? Let me do the playbacks again. Wait a minute. Okay, again. Okay, again. So it's a bop.
Look, whatever you do, go right now, search YN3 Fed Up.